Hey, how are you today? Well, the other day I did an autumn look and I tried out a couple of new lipsticks, and there was one that was really orangey, and I shied away from it. And I thought, today I am not going to shy away from it. Today I'm going to lean in to that very, very rusty color, which is kind of weird when you have gray hair. But as you can see in my blouse, rust really complements blue. So if you do a really rusty autumn look, if you have blue eyes, that can really make your blue eyes pop. And of course, it's just gorgeous with green eyes and with brown eyes. Absolutely beautiful. So this is something for autumn that really everyone can do. Let me get my hair out of my way because I have not yet decided what I'm going to do with it. Okay, hair out of the way. Hair is definitely ready to be washed. We're not sure what we're doing. We may end up putting it up. Earrings were a gift from a friend of mine. Love them very much. Okay, so let's do our foundation. Same old, same old. You know what? Let's do it a little lighter than I usually do. I have been using my NARS Santa Fe Medium 2. I'm going to blend that with a little bit of a lighter color, their Deauville, which is a light 4, because this is more of my winter color and this is more of my summer color. And not that there's a huge difference between them. Thank you, sunscreen. But let's lighten it up a little bit. So I've got my stainless steel palette here in front of me. Just mixing those up on there. And while you can apply any way you like, I find using a very small brush works to my benefit. I used to try to use the biggest brush I could and get it on as fast as I could, but I've really found that taking my time with it gives me a better, sheerer finish that holds up better. Oh yeah, you can see that's a little bit lighter than my skin. Probably matches though right in here. Still got that big pimple on my nose. Taking its sweet time going away. But you know, that's just because I'm barely out of my teens. And I might bring a little bit down onto my chest just to make sure. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Got a little bit of the foundation, and I'm going to mix that with a little bit of my Sun Forgettable 50 SPF sunscreen, because it's always a good idea to have more sunscreen on your chest. We're going to tint that sunscreen with the foundation. I'm actually going to take a little bit of that sunscreen foundation mix and get it around the eyes. Been using my NIRA laser, and I just feel like maybe a little extra SPF around the eyes would be a good thing. Ooh. A little heavy up there. Interesting, because I mixed that with the lighter. That actually gave me a little bit of a concealer under the eye. Nice. I don't usually use cream blushes, and I'm not super skilled at them. But today, let's try a cream blush. So before I put any powder on, this is a NARS blush. It is their Air Matte blush, and this is the shade Rush. So you can see it's a beautiful rusty color. And since I'm also using the NARS Air Matte, you can see those go together nicely. So I'm going to be using this NARS Air Matte lipstick in Morocco, which I was a little scared of it, but I think I'm gonna go for it today. Let's cover up that pimple, shall we? You don't like that pimple. That pimple is not our friend. We're going to use again NARS cream concealer in Conair. Let's try this blush. I feel like I should apply it with a brush rather than my fingers. I've always tried my fingers, but I don't have great success. Let me see which brush I should use. So this is a Sigma flat kabuki brush, and I don't think it really fits in there, but yeah, I can get a little bit on it. Let's try that. Okay, Monique, you might want to practice with that a little bit more. It's nice. But I don't think this is the right applicator. I think let's go back to something old-fashioned. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. It's really sheer. I know that as my skin gets drier, I'm going to be more interested in using cream foundations. So for those of you who have dry skin, a cream blush can really be your friend. And that is NARS Air Matte Blush in Rush. Now this is a really orangey tone. I think I want to put this on my lips before I do eyes because I'm not really sure how I'm going to like it. Ooh, that's very brick. I'm a little scared. I'm going to put on just a neutral lip liner and then apply the lipstick and try not to be too scared of it. It's funny because when I had red hair, I wore shades like this all the time, but with silver hair, it's so bold and unusual. But I think gosh, it's gonna really be great with blue eyes, and for brown eyes, I think just stunning. it. I think it looks really pretty. I'm surprised. This is Morocco. I thought it would be really orangey on, and it is. It's definitely a very fall color, but it's really pretty. Now, it is bold, so I feel like I don't want a super heavy-duty eyeshadow. And you know, I keep playing with this same palette every day. It's my favorite. Visiart Neutral. You know, part of me wants to go in with that, but I'll try to resist. You know I'm going to end up there eventually, though, because that's how I am. Super matchy-matchy. Anywho, we're going to go in with this medium tone on the lid, because you know I love that shade. Oh, really liking this. Liking this so much more than I thought I would. So no powder, just using cream blush. I don't feel like I need to do any contouring. And even just that one shade really is terrific. Let's bring a little bit, I'm gonna take this lighter shade up in here. And I think I need a little something in the crease, but not that. It's too much. Resist, resist. Okay, so here is the NARS Summer Solstice palette, which arrived damaged and of course just keeps flicking gold powder everywhere. But you can see that sort of rust in the center top there versus this. Let's see if I can get them close to each other. So there you go. Those are the two that I'm considering. Yikes, let's see if I can get that to show. There we go. So you can see I'm looking at that reddish one that I can't quite reach my finger to, and then that top middle one in this palette. And I'm leaning towards this palette for the top middle one. Going in with an old brush. It's an e.l.f. brush that's an angled brush, but it's not super sharp. So just get a little bit on there. Try to prevent fallout. I always like to keep one brush that is just my clean brush that I use for blending things around. Because sometimes I find that my pressure will be harder on one eye than the other. Like I can seem to do it very light on this eye, but then when I come over to do this eye, for some reason the pressure is a little more. So it's always nice to be able to just blend away my inconsistencies. A little bit more, I think, here, a little higher. For my eyebrows, I'm going in with the Visiart palette, blending these two colors together. I find that gives me the right blend. At first I thought, just do the gray. It's like, yay, gray on my eyebrows. But it's a little flat. It looks a little weird. By mixing it with some of that taupe, it just reads a little bit better. This is Milani Stay Put eyeliner in Hooked on Espresso. I thought a nice dark brown and a little bit of a smudge to it would be nice with this eye. Using my Sigma smudge brush, as always, I seem to get one eye thicker than the other. So then we catch up. Look at me, I'm going to try to do without tight lining. I know, it's weird. I never go without tight lining. Should I put something under the eye? No. I do want to bring that. Yeah. Using my Thrive liquid lash extensions. Did a commercial for them. Got this for free. I know I say that every time. You're probably tired of hearing it. Okay. But damn, the product is that good. I'm not going to do any bottom mascara today. I like the way it looks. It looks very clean. Now that being said, I do think I could use a teensy bit of concealer under the eyes. This is Vanilla. Just a little right in there, just to lighten and brighten that a little. That is the NARS Complete Concealer, and blending with my soft blend concealer brush. I am going to line the lips with a slightly darker. This is Summer Fire by Joja. Just for a tiny little bit more definition on the edges. Really not necessary, but I wanted to. Okay, what shall we do with the hair today? I just like my hair smoothed down and tucked behind my ears. Let that curling iron heat up for a moment here. So we want to keep the hair pretty simple. Let's just get some nice face framing waves. Just smooth it out a little bit. I tend to braid my hair when I sleep, so I often have this little kink when I wake up.
I have extensions, and my extension hair needs to be curled for a much longer period than my natural hair. So I hold the curling iron a lot longer on my extension hair than I do on my own.
Just want to have a nice, smooth, not a particularly designed curl. Smooth that out.
The extension hair is very resistant to curling. My own natural hair curls very easily, so I have to hold it for a long time on the extensions.
It's always nice to hold the curl in place for a moment. You can feel how warm that curl still is, and it really isn't set until it curls. So you don't want to brush through this while it's hot, because you're really going to just get rid of everything. So it's kind of nice to hold it in place and let it gradually come to temperature. Oh, that's a big chunk. That's probably too big a chunk. That is not even going to curl, Monique. It's too much hair. So I'm just tucking that behind the ear, leaving that do its thing. Tucking that behind the ear. And if I really want to get rid of those flyaways that I always have, a little bit of my Tancho stick. Just give that a little pet, and it'll smooth that out. Just another variation on our fresh autumn daytime look, enjoying playing with new colors for fall. This is a very orangey palette. It's very sort of sunsetty, but you can see that those sunset colors will really highlight blue eyes, but they're also going to be very, very flattering on green eyes and beautiful on brown eyes. So don't shy away from the sunset colors. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. I will talk to you very soon. I love you bunches.